Shalom everybody and welcome to the weekly Hebrew Torah snippet. This week we have another double portion. So the portions are called behar and bechukotay. Behar just means at the mountain. Bechukotay means in my laws or my statutes. Okay, so we got a little section here from chapter 27. So these portions end the book of Leviticus. So 27 is the last chapter of the book. So take a look at this first section here. Okay, so let's read it. Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el bnei Israel, ve'amarta alehem, ish ki yafli neder be'erkecha nafshot laAdonai. Vahaya erkecha hazachar miben 20 shana, ve'ad ben 60 shana, vahaya erkecha 50 shekel kesef בשקל הקודש. ואם נקבה היא, והיה ערכך 30 שקל, ואם מבין 5 שנים, ועד בין 20 שנה, והיה ערכך הזכר 20 שקלים, ולנקבה 10 שקלים. ואם מבין חודש, ועד בין 5 שנים, והיה ערכך הזכר 5 שקלים כסף, ולנקבה ערכך 3 שקלים כסף. ואם מבין 60 שנה ומעלה, אם זכר והיה ערכך 15 שקל, ולנקבה 10 שקלים. ואם מחו מערכך, והעמידו לפני הכהן, והעריך אותו הכהן, על פי אשר תשיג יד הנודר, יעריכנו הכהן. Okay, so I read that whole section just to kind of show, because it's basically talking about the price that's paid for a person when they're being consecrated, okay? And it gives all the different values and prices for different age ranges and stuff. And I just found it kind of interesting that the price for a male between the ages of 20 and 60, I think, if I remember right, was 50 shekels. And I was kind of thinking about, when Yeshua was paid for, basically, okay, so we could think of it as some type of a consecration, basically. When the price was paid for him, they only paid 30 shekels, right? They didn't do 50, okay? And then here in verse 8, it says, Ve'imahu merkecha. Okay, so it's saying if the person that's paying the price is too poor, or has become poor from the ability, basically, to pay that price, then they can adjust the price so that he can afford it. Okay, and then, so the reason why this stood out to me is because the whole previous chapter, chapter 26, kind of talks about if we walk in his ways and how we'll be blessed, but if we don't, then it goes through all these different things about how, our cattle won't produce and our vineyards won't produce, and all these different things about these curses and stuff that are basically going to make us very poor. And so I was kind of thinking about that concept of what they were able to pay, the people of Israel, what they were able to pay as the price for this Messiah that they're consecrating, even though that's not their perspective, right? When they're doing it, they don't know what they're doing. But just how much they've been beaten down, they weren't able to afford, okay, the 50. And I was just kind of thinking about that picture of, what we paid for Messiah was not enough. We couldn't afford what it would actually cost, right? Because we've been poor, we've been beaten down because of our sin, but then the price that he pays for us seems like it's way too much, way more than what he should pay. But we are actually that valuable, and that to him, that he's willing to give even his life for us. So that was kind of the little thing that stood out to me from the portion this week. So that word mach right here it's related to words like nemuch. Nemuch means short. So it's something that, it doesn't quite measure up. You're not able to pay that price or whatever was the word. Alright, so that's what I had for this week. And we'll see you next time.